If you're new here, my name is Amy Fortune. I was homeschooled my whole life growing up, and I have just recently become very passionate about homeschooling myself because of my kids. So I am homeschooling my two girls, and I have just become very passionate about the subject. So my channel is full of lots of random stuff from our life, but homeschooling is a big part of that. So this video is about how to keep homeschool affordable, and that is something very important to us. So we've had to do it affordably. This is part of a collaboration with Sharia Maurice and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool, and I'm going to be linking the playlist in this description. So go check out all of the videos with all of the great ideas for doing homeschool affordably. So homeschool does not have to be expensive. Like, that's a hang up with a lot of people. Like, how do I afford it, and how do I get all these curriculum? Because curriculum can be very expensive, but it does not have to be, and it's not like a make it or break it deal. So us, for example, we were going to be using Sunlight this year because somebody was going to loan it to me, but it was for the wrong grade, so we're going to wait another year. And so we don't have a curriculum this year. We're just kind of winging it. Every week we have a letter of the week, and we have a theme for the week. And then we do activities and read books based on that theme. And then we have these little, very cheap workbooks from, like, you can get these at Dollar Tree, you can get them at Ollie's, Mardell. But there's really cheap ones, really cheap places that just have like the letters and the numbers and writing, numbers and math. Anyway, ready to read, phonics. Like, they're really, really cheap, and they have what you need to run with. I also should say that my 5-year-old is doing first grade, and I have a 3-year-old that we're kind of doing preschool with, just including her in the learning, and she's having fun with it. So those cheap books are awesome, just to do the basic writing and keeping up with things like that. So for example, last week our letter was C, and our theme was cooking. So the whole week we looked up recipes, and I had them help me cook cookies and muffins, and like, I have a very strict diet, and so we made things with almond flour and maple syrup instead, and we talked about the different kinds of food, things that are healthy and things that are not healthy, and things you can replace things with. And I mean, included in cooking is math, it includes science, it includes all these things. It's like, that's probably been my favorite week of school ever, because it was so much fun for them. They're learning a life skill, and it included like all of the subjects in it, and we got lots of yummy food out of it. So that was great. Our theme this week is, our letter is D, and our theme was dinosaurs. So we went to the library and got lots of books about dinosaurs and educational shows from the library about dinosaurs, stuff like that. Just keeping it easy, following their interests, making it fun. So at this age, it's so easy. Especially at this age, it's easy to do play-based school or unschooling, where, I mean, kids just learn so naturally through playing. And so if they're playing happily together, I'll put on classical music to stimulate their brain and some brain boosting essential oils in the diffuser, and just let them play. I don't want to interrupt that when they're getting along and problem solving together and coming up with projects together. I don't want to get in the way of that. So that's something really easy to do. Lots of playing outside is critical, especially at these early ages. Just letting them play outside, explore outside. If you have a tiny backyard or tiny yard, look up nature centers or nature parks in your area. Let them explore, and they are learning. So much of their learning just happens when you're worried about not teaching them enough. It doesn't have to be structured all the time. So our necessities for school are books, which we already have quite a home library, and then a library card for like every week. Every week we go to the library and get books about our theme that week. So a library card, and then paper and pencils or some kind of writing tools, utensils, markers, crayons. So for this age, those are our necessities. And then the necessities for us to do are loads of reading together, and then discussing what we've read and learned through those books. That's it. Like, that's what you need: books, paper, and something to write with, and then just read together a lot. And that, you're pretty much set just doing that. You're way ahead of the game just doing that. And then the rest is extra. So another important thing to remember is to follow their interests. So read books and plan activities based around what they are currently interested in, and they'll learn so much better, learn so much more that way. If you need help finding ideas on free activities like I do, I'm not a crafty person. I'm not like a arts and crafts fun, like that doesn't come naturally to me. So I'm constantly on the internet. The internet is your friend with ideas. You just type in, like for me, I'll look up like dinosaur free activities, and like, I mean, countless activities. And if I don't have the stuff for that activity, or I can't afford the stuff for the activity, I just move on to a different one. But there's always something that I can do with those ideas. For the older kids, if you need help teaching a subject, a lot of people are worried about not being able to teach. Like, I'm terrible at math, and I know when we get into higher math, I'm gonna need help. I'm just not good at it. For me, I have my husband, he can teach that better, but there are lots of resources out there. Ask around, family, friends, churches, co-ops. The pastor at our church offered math tutoring to our homeschool co-op. Ask around, see what's out there. Community centers, there's lots of resources for free, like tutoring for subjects. Like, you probably have family or friends that are really good at these subjects that you're not good at, and they'd probably be happy to help. Another thing that there is available, there are free online curriculums. Like, at the moment we're not using a curriculum, but I know there is Easy Peasy Homeschool that I think you just print off the papers. I haven't actually tried it yet, but I know that's free. And then Khan Academy is free, and Khan Academy has every grade level, every subject. I plan on using that when they get older and I can't handle the levels that they're at. So I know those are great resources. I know there's more free online things, but I just don't have experience with those. But look into it, ask around, see what's out there. Co-ops are a fantastic resource to outsource the things that you don't specialize in. So don't stress about it. Kids naturally learn when they're given the right environment and they're allowed to follow their interests. You do not have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to raise a well-educated person. You just don't. So don't worry about it. You got this. I know I don't have the money to spend on crazy expensive curriculums. And if you do, awesome. That's great. Good for you. There are a lot of really, really good curriculums out there. But for people like me that's not in our budget right now, there are plenty of other ways to make sure your kids are learning what they need to know. So those are my tips. That's just coming from my experience and what I've learned from being homeschooled and now homeschooling my little ones. So I hope you enjoy this. Remember, the link is in the description with lots of other tips and probably better tips on how to affordably homeschool. Check that out in the description. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. So bye.